Alright, what's up guys? So I'm back and I've got a few videos that I want to show you guys. The first one that I want to show you guys is how the Mexican citizens in Tijuana responded to the president who went to Tijuana to talk about the migration pact and several other issues that are going on in Mexico. Apparently there was a lot of petroleum that was being stolen in Tijuana. And so the president had a few things that he wanted to touch on in Tijuana when he was there speaking to the mayor. One of the biggest protesting groups that was there was the group that was protesting the UN pact with the for the free migration, basically open borders. And this just goes to show a lot of people that the yellow vest movement isn't just in Paris. It is popping up in a lot of other places because of this United Nations Migration Pact. And the citizens are very upset because their tax money is going to house and feed and give all of these migrants a place to go, and they've done nothing but cause problems. The citizens have lost their right to freedom of speech. They can't even say the word illegal. They can't, they can't do anything. If one of these people from the caravan rob them, the police don't even have any jurisdiction to arrest them. It's ridiculous. So I wanted to show you guys a few videos while we're waiting for the president to come on tonight. Yeah, we got some buffering going on. Okay, that's one new buffer too much. Alright, so what that sign says is Mexico rejects the free migrant pact with the United Nations. Tijuana for Tijuana. Their sign says no al pacto migrante. That means no to the migrant pact. Tijuana first, Mexico. Mexico first. So same concept here in America. America first. They're saying Mexico first because just like here in America, the citizens of Mexico are being left out while the illegals get everything. So this is the security guy in this car, and then the president is right behind him in his SUV. And they're saying, no more migrant pact, no more migrant pact. Sorry about the buffering, guys. And the funny thing about this is, they said when the Mexican president pulled up, they said his eyes got really wide because he thought he was going to pull up and everybody was going to be happy that he was there. And it was the opposite. He said he was so surprised because the people were so upset about this migrant, this caravan, and this pact with the UN, because he'd been told that everything was taken care of. The secretary that works for him had told him that, hey, everything's okay. Like, you know, we got it taken care of. We don't have any issues. And it's the complete opposite. I'm not sure why this is buffering. I'm gonna reset it and hopefully get a better outcome this time. But yeah, they said that he was very surprised that the people were that upset because he had been told that, you know, everything was under control, and it wasn't. So I'm not sure if it's because God, the videos were So you guys see how upset these people are, and they've dealt with the caravan firsthand. They've dealt with these people. That's the messed up part, you guys. You people here in the United States, you're not understanding that even the Mexican people that have dealt with these caravans that are coming through, they don't want them there either. And they're not going to be any different when they reach American soil either. I'm going to see if I can find a better video, because this one's very, 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 very messed up. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up on of course it wants to work, but I'm not. Okay, let's go back. You see the people, they're going crazy. Alright, so I'm on Melinda's page right now, which she is currently blocked for saying the word illegal on Facebook. So apparently you're not allowed to say the word illegal. Alright, so I'm going to go down the line and play these videos for you guys because they need to get out. It says that people are being snuck in through Arizona by liberals who are helping them. These are all patriots. We all work together. We share each other's videos. We get them out. We get the news out. And that is the goal of everybody's channels, is to push the media, the mainstream media out and the real media in.
Good evening.
Caravan. We fed them, clothed them. Out of our pockets, out of our taxes, came transportation. All these food, all these things that they need. And these people, a lot of them, I might say, a lot of them are good, but a lot of them are real bad. And those kind of people we have over here in my city.
I didn't even realize my microphone wasn't up. Okay, so guys, what's up? I want to get these videos out into the open. There's some videos that are on Facebook, and I know that Anthony on True Conservative Minutes posts a lot of these videos as well. But the more channels that we have that post these videos, the better, because it gets to more people. These are patriots that live at the border in San Ysidro, El Paso, Arizona, and also Tijuana citizens and Mexican citizens in Mexico that either have dual citizenship or they just love both countries. They're out for the real news and not the mainstream media lies and nonsense that, you know, we're being brainwashed with every single day, that only shows bits and pieces of, you know, what they want to show us. And so my goal is to post as many of these videos as I can, and give you guys, you know, full information, just like every other Patriot is doing on Facebook and on YouTube. So, make sure you guys check out Oscar El Blue, and that's the guy that, let me switch my camera over. That is the guy that is in this video in the camera. Lazaro and Esenarro is the one that is recording in Arizona. And so let's get into the video, and then I'm going to show you some other videos. And then I'm going to cut the stream, and then we'll be back later on this evening for the national address from the president. I will not be airing the Democrat response because all it is going to be is a bunch of biased nonsense without facts. What the president has to say is important because he is the president of the United States, and any other president would have gotten the respect of the American people, just like when any other president had called a national emergency. It was put on the air, and we have media, left-wing media outlets saying that they're not even going to show a national address from the president, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It shows how much hypocrisy and bigotry, and how much this has nothing to do with the good of America, but absolutely shows the nonsense from the left that is going on. When in the world did we not show a national address from a president on the news? Cut into TV shows that we were watching, and now, media outlets, because they're left-winged or right-winged, they can pick and choose if they want to show the presidential address. That is a national emergency, and that is exactly the reason why President Trump has also made everybody's phone to get alerts from the president when there is a national emergency, because of left-wing media picking and choosing what they want to show. And it's not fair that if there is a national emergency, that the left-wing media isn't going to show it simply because they're biased and they're worried more about making the president look bad. It's absolute nonsense, and everybody needs to stand against this, because whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, if there is a national emergency, the news media should be there to report that. They are the ones that are responsible to tell us, the American people, what is going on in truth, not because, we're Democrats, so we're not going to show this president because we don't like him. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So let me get into these videos, and then, like I said, I'm going to show the presidential address tonight. I've been told that he might not call a national emergency, that this may just be addressing the nation and telling them what is going on. But I know that the Democrats are supposed to pop up and say what they want to say. And I'm telling you, whenever a Democrat president goes into office, we don't know how votes are going to come out. I'm hoping that Trump is voted for again in 2020. But, if perhaps a Democratic president goes into office, they are going to have hell to pay. All of the hell that they have given the Republicans and this president, the Democrats are going to have hell to pay. And all it's going to be now is a back and forth cat and mouse, with one side fighting against the other, and it's not good. They're going to tear our country apart because of what their feelings, or how they don't like somebody, or who cares? Who cares what the person did in their past? Who cares? Let the man do his job. You do your job. And your job is to protect the American people, and you're more worried about what Trump's hair looks like, or what color he is, or what this or what that. That's stupid. It's so stupid. These are grown-ups that are supposed to be running the United States of America, and they're playing like little high school drama games. Our country is going to go to shit because of the Democrats and this whole situation with Trump. Because, like I said, when a Democratic president goes into office, next is going to be the Republicans and the right wings going after the Democrats and taking them to court and having investigations on them, and not wanting to show their national addresses to the public. And it's a cat and mouse game that needs to stop. Seriously. They work for we the people. And we the people are sitting here watching our country go to shit because they can't sit down and be grown adults Here, let's run off to Hawaii. Our country is shut down, but we're going to run off to Hawaii on vacation. What is that? What is that? All right, so let's get into the videos. I've got to stop ranting because this stuff gives me a headache. But after the videos, I'm going to cut the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe, share, like, and click the notify bell so that way you guys get the videos whenever I post them, as well as any live streams that I post. And I will see you guys later on this evening.
It is from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. And for now, I just, I have to clear myself out to you so I can explain. I'm not a Republican and not a Democrat. I'm just a guy that is, telling the truth like it is. And I'm going to give it to you. Whether you like it or not, I'm just going to give it the truth. So it's just the way I am. So what's going on over here? We have the first caravan came in through our country, throwing rocks and sticks, hurting federal agents and hurting people over here. More than 5,600 people came in a big caravan. We fed them, clothed them, out of our pockets, out of our taxes, came transportation, all these food, all these things that they need. And these people, a lot of them, I might say a lot of them are good, but a lot of them are real bad. And those kind of people we have over here in my city. So we had these 5,600 people first in our city. We had one shelter. The first shelter, it was a baseball field. It was not good. They were living on the sand. And they were living on the side of the block. So they found another shelter. And before that shelter, it was found, they had a little peaceful march that they were trying to do. And I was begging, that it will become peaceful, that it will be a peaceful march. And I was, begging in my heart that these people will change my heart and it will make me think that they had a different mindset. And this was all a lie, the way that they came into our country, damaging Mexican property. But, it all resulted the way it is. These people try to rush the border 8 weeks ago, going on 9 weeks. They try to rush the border. They crossed a little highway that it's kind of like a freeway, and with kids, women with kids. And there was a canal. They dropped their kids in the canal. They were running through the border. And the United States gates were closed. The United States border were closed. But the United States did a phenomenal job, a fantastic job on protecting their borders. They put the National Guard, the United States Customs, the United States Border Patrol, protecting their borders, like Trump said that he was going to do. And Trump said, if you go aggressively too close to my border, I will shoot and I won't hesitate. And these immigrants didn't listen. They didn't listen. They went over there and they tried to go aggressively. And a lot of people are defending them that they're Mexican and they're Latinos. You don't know what you guys are doing, really. You don't know what your guys are defending. And until you don't have the problem in your city, you will realize what kind of things that I'm saying. These people.
Alright guys, so I had to break in here because I really hope that you guys are listening to this. Seriously. This is a man that lives in Mexico that has dealt with this firsthand, that has been to the shelters, that has watched on their local news stations what these people are really doing over there. He's saying you don't know what you're defending. You really don't understand what you're defending.
We're going all the way aggressively to the gate. So the United States didn't hesitate. They throw tear gas and they started throwing rubber bullets, and they went away. So that was the first march. After that, there was another shelter put out because of all the dirtiness that it was on that field. That it was just dirt. It was a baseball field. So they moved them to another shelter really far away on the east side of the city. But a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them, 500 of them, instigators, activists, leaders of gangs, and drug addicts, alcoholics, and all these kinds of people, they were on the street. A lot of them. And there was a big street. One of the greatest streets that exist on to the other shelter. They didn't want to move. So who was protecting them? Who is protecting these people? Because you might ask, why your government is not doing a great job? Why your government is not picking them up? Why your government is allowing them to come in? And it's all because of these people, the International Pact of Immigration that we signed. Unfortunately, 190 countries signed it, and Mexico's in it. So who protects them? Human rights. That's the one. If you try to do this to one immigrant, they will immediately scream, and they will immediately tell you, hey, he's hurting me. He's trying to touch me illegally. So they will arrest you immediately. So human rights push and push and push for them to just come to one day and realize that, to realize that one day they were going to move. Imagine that. It was a block full of neighbors, Mexican citizens, that they try to live their lives, and they try to go on their way to try to live their lives. And they couldn't, because they were outside camping in this tents, blocking their highway, blocking their streets, and making all this, they smelled a lot of drugs in there. They were, prostitution in that street. A lot of things that were happening. And the Mexican government can't do nothing about it because human rights was protecting these people. So what happened? Our mayor, I'm giving you guys a little bit of a story, Lazaro, to what is going on in my city. Okay, if I extend myself, I'm sorry. Okay? So our mayor made these declarations like a couple months ago. He made these declarations about how he felt, and he was defending the Mexican citizens, and he was defending the Tijuana citizens, and how he was saying that he was not agreeing with this immigration, that he was not agreeing with this movement, and that these people were coming over here to make to cause problems, and they were instigators, and they were activists. So because of that, the International Pact, what he says, I need you guys to start realizing that we have been talking of the International Pact all the way from California to El Paso. It's been an eye-opener for everybody. You guys need to go to Google and search what's the International Pact. I don't care if you guys say like, oh, well, this is your fault, Mexico. You were the one that signed the pact. All these people want to go to you. So you guys need to open your eyes and see what's going on in the International Pact. What is going on in the International Pact? It says that the country that signed that pact needs to protect these migrants, needs to take care of these migrants, needs to guide them to their purpose. And their purpose, who is it? America. It's not Mexico. It's America. They're trying to go to your place, and they're trying to cross illegally or legally or whatever, both of them. So what happened? You guys need to realize that this is a huge, huge problem. We had 5,600 immigrants, and our mayor exposed himself to say all these feelings out of his heart, how he felt and how he wanted to protect his border. So, because of the International Pact that it says that you cannot expose, you cannot insult, and you cannot treat an immigrant lower than a citizen, because a citizen of the country is the same, has the same rights as a citizen of the country, he was put on a gag order. That means, and in Spanish, an amparo. What does that mean? That's the document that tells you to just shut up. Basically, the state human rights and the federal human rights and immigration group, came together and put a gag order on our mayor, and it went through. Imagine that. Human rights is overruling our laws and our Constitution. It's a lot. All these things that they're happening on our border is going to El Paso. That's the next border that is going to get hit. That's the next border that is going to be damaged. And that's the next border that all these patriots, Mexican patriots as they are, oh man, you're a racist, Oscar. You're this, you're that. I hope that you guys, when you get that problem to your border, I hope that you see what I see and feel what I feel, because I wanted to support them when they got to my border. And now that the problem's over here and it's coming out of our pockets and taxes were going up because we had to pay their food, we had to pay their clothing, we had to pay their shelter, to pay, guide them, and pay their education, and pay everything else. Hope that you can open your eyes a little bit and realize that this is a gigantic problem. Not only that, these people got moved from the block, and it was a month to move them. Imagine that. A month. So, they moved to the other shelter. What's going on in the other shelter? There's gangs over there. A huge gang that I don't want to say their name because of security over here, and I'm exposed. This gang that is really famous in Honduras, in El Salvador, and in Guatemala are taxing people. What does that mean? This is the way they work over there in their country. You have a little business, they go to your house, and they tell you, hey, how you doing, Pedro? Hey, so you're making 5,000 pesos a week, right? Yes. Okay, out of those 5,000, I need 2,000. And how about your workers? How much they make a week? They make 1,000 each. Okay, you give me 300 pesos and 300 pesos. That's how they work.
So you're talking about, so let me say that's MS-13. MS-13 is basically extorting the people there. You don't have to say it, but I said it. So MS-13 is out there extorting people, the Mexicans and the illegals, for basically like the mafia.
Yes. So they are in the shelter. Basically, there's migrants that they're really good, that they want to work, that they want to do things right, and that they want to, get their documents straight and everything. These people are going at them and going to their tent and saying, hey, paisano, so how much you making a week? I'm making 800 pesos. So I need 200 of those every week now that you're working, okay? So they're doing this. Another thing that they were doing, this is ridiculous. Listen to this. The other shelter, the guys that they were put in the block, half a block from that place, the federal government rented a warehouse. It has 2 floors. So the electricity bill was paid and everything was paid. But they couldn't use the electricity. Why? Because it was just a thing that they was just something for them to just stay in a couple of months. They were not going to be enjoying certain privileges that they were going to give because, they didn't move on the first place to the other shelter. So they didn't give them electricity, but they can plug in their cell phone and charge it. So imagine what happened. These people went to the places where you plug your cell phone, and they stood there, and they sat there. And if I am a migrant, and if I am an immigrant, and want to go and plug my cell phone, they will tell you, I will charge you 10 pesos every half hour if you want to charge your cell phone. So they started doing that. What else they started doing? All these Americans that they were donating a lot, and all these Tijuana citizens that they stopped donating because of this, and I'm telling you, all the citizens stopped donating because first when they started, they were helping, and I was one of them. We stopped donating. Why? Because these people have a warehouse all the way to the back. The one in charge of the warehouse, guess who it is? It's an immigrant. This guy, what he does, he's saying like, oh, Juan, what do you got over there? Well, they brought this new Nike shoes and Reeboks from the States. Okay, put them all the way to the trash bag and then put trash on the bottom. Take the trash out. Then when you take the trash out, you go and sell them. So these people started selling all the good things that the United States was, delivering to them, and they were donating to them. So all these kinds of attitudes are the ones that they're going on in the facility. Imagine this, Lázaro. This happened on the 24th of December. Just imagine what kind of people we have. This shelter has 2 floors. On the second floor, everybody's allowed to drink and have a good time. It's 24th of December. It's before Christmas. So nobody's going to say that. If they were drinking alcohol, okay, get drunk. But, the women started feeling a lot of insecurity because these people are really aggressive when they are, out of their 5 senses. So, what happened? The women started going down from the second floor to the first floor, and they started reuniting in a corner, scared because of these people. So they called the federal agent. The federal agent went upstairs. There was kind of like a troublemaking over there in the second floor. They tried to disarm the officer, and they tried to hit the officer. So the officer immediately called for backup. There was only 4 agents against 150 of them. The other 4 agents went in there and they started screaming, "If you guys don't stop, we will shoot." So they came down, they went outside, and that was it. This kind of attitudes and this kind of people are involved in the caravan. It's not just, peaceful people. It's not people. If you Mexicans that live in Juarez, that live on the other side of the borders, these are the people they're gonna get. If you want this kind of people, congratulations. Good for you. I don't want them. Come over here, pick them up, and take them over there. The Tijuana people don't want them. What's going on right now? And what's the whole deal right now? So, the expiration date for the shelter, one of the shelters, the one that it was rented, like I was telling you, this shelter had a 2-month. They rented it for 2 months. So because of sanity and because the Department of Sanity went in there, that's how you say it, right? Sanity, Department of Sanity.
Right.
Okay, Department of Sanity and the Department of Health went in the shelter. It said that that was not basically, it had the conditions of a shelter. So they did a foreclosure. So they closed the warehouse. Bam, bam. A couple of big papers on the wall said foreclosure. That was a big deal on the weekend. This weekend. So I went over there and did a coverage, and a lot of them were getting out. The federal government was the one that was in charge of the operation. And take this first, just so you know how the federal government handles the situation. They handled the situation like it was a hostage situation. So they dialogue, they talk to you. Oh, one is out. Okay, let's work on the other one. Talk. One is out. Let's work on the other one. So that's the way that they were working. And they had 150 of those. What happened? So I was standing right there recording. Before I tell you this, on the 1st of January, there was a situation in the border. 150 migrants that were standing at a mountain a meter away from the fence, and they were aggressively trying to cross the border. Why they were doing that? They saw 3 Americans in that group. What are Americans doing in that group? Why are they involved in that group? We got it on video, and we were like, why is this guy on that group? Why do they want to be with immigrants? So what they did, they just crossed the fence, and there's a part of the fence that is low, so they crossed illegally, and they were throwing rocks at Border Patrol officers. Even one Border Patrol officer got hit in the head with a rock. So they were just instigating, and they were provoking them. Just take this as a note. Who affiliation over there in the States does this? So, moving forward to what happened 3 days ago. I was doing a coverage outside of this shelter, and immediately I started seeing a lot of Americans. A lot of them. Like hippies. A lot of them. And I'm not talking about your typical American guy that is probably like, like Lázaro, he's a U.S. citizen, but he's brown. No. I'll be honest with you, straight to your face. They were Caucasian. All of them. And I started seeing a lot of them. So I went up to the second floor, and I started interviewing a lot of them and telling them, hey, are you moving? No, we're not moving because our right is this and this and that. So they were discussing rights that they were on the international pact. But this is the curious thing. You had like 25 tents.
You mean
So
Antifa? Antifa.
Yes. Yes, I was going there. So, I went back out of the warehouse, and there were like 40 of them. I was like, where did these people came from? What are these people doing over here? Are they press? No, I approached two ladies. I asked them, who are you rolling with? Who are you coming from? What is your purpose over here? I'm from the LMJ, something like that. It's a lawyers group that they're for defending the immigrants. So they have lawyers over there. I asked them, what is your purpose over here? We came here to give legal advice, and we've been coming here for the past 3 months to give these immigrants legal advice on how to put the asylum paperwork in. I told them, there's no possibility of them getting asylum. They can put the asylum all the way from Honduras. Yes, I know that, but we want to do it this way. So there was a lot of them that they were documenting, taking pictures, and a lot of them that it was just guarding. So until I got to an argument with them, and they told me that there was this group called Antifa. Who's Antifa? You guys already know. It's a radical group in United States, anarchists, that they just, mad at life, and they just woke up and they're mad. So the next day, I was there, and they push a Mexican lady, a Mexican freelancer. They push her, and they told her, you don't have the same rights that we do. It's American people, imagine. They live in the States. They live on the States, and they come into my land, to my country, and tell me that I don't have the right, and I have the same rights that they do. Imagine that. So they're standing right there, toe-to-toe, face-to-face to me, and they're telling me that I don't have the right to record, and there's just, freedom of speech and all this stuff. And these people, they started surrounding us, and the federal government went in there, and this is embarrassing right now. And I'll tell you, Lazaro, this is really embarrassing. Why? Because in California, they got 150 to 200,000 veterans homeless. And they're wiping somebody else's butt over here, protesting for some immigrants that they came here illegally, undocumented, and aggressively to our border. But they have 150,000 to 200 veterans homeless, and these people are bringing them water, bringing them food, spending all this time sleeping on the concrete. But they cannot do one little thing for their own people on the United States. It's really embarrassing. This is one of the things that gets me, a little bit mad when it comes to this situation. So what is the situation right now? Situation, people, is that we had 5,600 immigrants in our city. Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth like it is, whether you like it or not, I don't care, really. This is the truth. 2,500 of them were in the first shelter. 2,500 of them were in the other shelter. There were 3 programs. One is the one that says the program to go back home. The other one, it was to put the political asylum in. And the other one is put the political asylum through Mexico. You there?
Yeah, go ahead.
5% of them went back to Honduras. 10% of them...
Go ahead.
Good? 10% of them, they stayed here. So the number right now, and one of the shelters is out of 2,500 is 1,074. The number over here, it was 500. Right now, it's 50. Where do you think all the other people went? They're in your country right now. Over there. And who's moving them? And who's instigating all these movements? What do you think?
Wow, that explains why the buses are going into the Phoenix, Arizona, and dropping them off on a busload.
Yes, exactly right. And for those people that they're telling me, and they're going on this stupid, let me say the word, I'm sorry, Lázaro, I don't say those kind of words that much, but this stupid argument of they have the right to put the political asylum in the border. You need to read. You need to read and get it through your head, buddy. They can put the political asylum in Honduras and not come and damage all our country and use arguments like when they're over here and we're paying their food, clothing, and everything, use arguments like we're just using Mexico. We don't want you. We want the U.S. Those arguments that insult Mexican citizens like me because we are protecting these people, we're paying these people. Let me wear my glasses, Lázaro, because I can't see. I'm sorry. We are protecting these people. We're paying our taxes for these people. And we're basically giving them everything. And they're not appreciative of things that we're doing. Again, not all of them are bad. A lot of them are good. Again, this is really important. Not all of them are bad, but a lot of them are good. So what's going on right now? Our border over here in Tijuana, Trump built a big wall, humongous wall. It's huge, 30 feet in some high. It's really big. It's most than 85 to 90% finished, the wall over here. It has little gaps. And those little gaps, what are they? They're going to get used for security reasons for the United States. That's how they were built. And, the designer did those little gaps for emergency exits and emergency entrances. That's where they gave these guys, the facility to probably cross over. But right now, El Paso is getting hit. And why is it getting hit? Because all of the border is barbed wire. And over here, the wall is 30 feet tall. It's not easy to cross. Difficult. It's hard. And the security over here is 3 times more difficult. You got the Border Patrol, United States Customs, National Guard, the Army, and the Marines, and a couple shoppers all the day, going back and forth, back and forth. So you tell me, people from Texas and all that border, if you guys have that security there, and imagine the Border Patrol is getting overwhelmed over here. They're not working 1 shift, 2 shifts, 3 shifts, 4 shifts, 5 shifts. A lot of them, they have any rest. They're just working and working and working. Why? Because they're getting constantly attacked. But immigrants, just to tell you guys how the amount of legal entry went up. It went up 75% on November and December. 75%. Now imagine how much work does the Border Patrol and the United States Customs has. Now, going over there to El Paso, a lot of people already heard from this side of the city that your gates are open over there and really easy to cross. So imagine how many people they're coming. How many do you think they're coming on January and February? You think another 5,600? No. They already realized that Mexico is signed to this piece of whatever pact, and that is really easy for them. And that Mexico has an obligation for them to feed them, clothe them, and give them everything. So, do you think 5,000 are coming? No. Between 25 and 35,000 they're coming. That's the speculation number. And they're not even coming from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador. They're coming from all parts of Central America and South America, Brazil, and it was Chile. Brazil is trying to get out of the pact. Why? Because he's getting invaded from not only those people that are coming, Brazil is getting invaded from people from Africa and Belgium. Those 2 people. And how did these people are getting to this part of the country, to that part of the continent? They're paying $5,000 for transportation from that continent to Brazil. And all those people are moving out because Brazil doesn't want to be in the pact anymore. And how do we have proof that Africans are over here right now? They just came in, 100 of those yesterday, legally, peacefully, in the document. Difference between these other people, and how many are there coming from Chile, and this specific religion that America is threatened by?
The Catholic Church. I'm going to say the Catholic Church.
Okay. And this specific religion that is threatened by the United States, that lives in an Arab country. They are 1,800 of them in Chile.
Oh.
And these people, because they moved out of the pact, Chile pushed them up north. So they're in Panama, Bolivia, and all these parts. And they're forming into this gigantic caravan that is coming in the 15th of January. Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Bolivia, Panama, Costa Rica, República Dominicana, Brazil, Africa, Belgica, and Arab countries, and China and Japan. You don't got only these 3 countries. You got more from other continents. So it's not only 3 countries, people. It's another mass of people. So what do you call these things? Lázaro, this is basically, and I didn't want to say this word on my past live streams on my show, this is an invasion. Clearly it is. As clearly it is to our country, and as clearly it is, and it's going to be to the United States country. And all these people that are, oh yeah, pro-migrant, pro-migrant. I want to hear them when they get 10,000 of those in their city, 15,000 of those, feeding them every day, and telling them, hey, don't looter over there. Hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do drugs. Hey, don't violate this. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you with the cartel now? I want you to just listen to yourself right now and open your eyes, and then we have a gigantic problem on our hands. People, I'm Mexican, citizen. I'm a Tijuana citizen. I'm 38 years old. I'm concerned for my family and my son. I'm concerned for my wife and my family. I'm really concerned. And I'm not against no migrant. I'm not racist. I don't have no xenophobe. But I'm really concerned. And this kind of problems, Lázaro, are going all the way to your country. And the only good thing that is going on right now is that our president came to our city and he gave us this speech because they didn't know that it was a big problem until he got over here and there was a big rally and he started realizing that, oh man, it is a problem. So what he did, he told us, we are going to slow them down. We're going to go by the pact right now before we get ourselves out of the pact. You know, it's a process to get yourself out of the pact. It's not like you go in there and you say, hey, you know what, John, I'm out. No, you don't say that. It's a process that you need to go through to get yourself out of the pact because the pact doesn't have a closure signature. It's just, a document that it doesn't have a date or an expiration date. So you can get yourself out of it. What Mexico is going to do this next migration caravan, they're going to do it the documented way with a purpose and peacefully. So everybody that has a criminal record or everybody that has a background check that is real bad, not coming in. Only good people, the ones that do things right, the ones that want to migrate, the ones that want to work, the ones that want to pay taxes. All those people that it should have been done that way, Lázaro, since the start, are the ones that are coming this 15th of January. That's the problem right now. You guys, and us, first us, we have a humongous problem. We got Antifa over here, and it looks like, I don't like to get into political parties because instead of getting into political parties, I had, debates with Democrats, and I haven't been in debates with Republicans. But the reality of the thing is that this looks like a Democrat movement. It looks like these people are trying to destabilize our country and destabilize the presidency of your president. And they're trying to bring all these people just to make this president look bad and not get the fundings for building the wall. It looks like that. It doesn't look like your president is trying to bring these people to cause chaos in our country and then cause chaos in his border. Believe me, it doesn't look like that. I don't think your president is that, it doesn't have that much of a brain. I think that this looks like a left movement, and it looks like they're trying to destabilize our country and destabilize our president, and now they're trying to destabilize the United States. This, Lázaro, looks like they're trying to destabilize our security and our economy. And this, obviously, the whole purpose is debate, because we are not the bait, we're the fork. The bait is the United States. That's the bait. We're not the bait. You guys are. So this really what tomorrow your president probably is gonna say. Tomorrow he's gonna give a speech. I think so, right?
Yeah, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. I think that he was gonna declare their borders a state of emergency. Really, I'm gonna tell you right now. What took him so long? What has taken him so long? That is what we right now have. We have a state of emergency on our borders. In Chiapas, that's our border, Ciudad Hidalgo, the people that they are pro-migrant, that they're from Juarez, and I'm looking at you right now, your people, Mexican people, are fighting at the border to not let all these people in, because we have indigenas from the mountains that they were removed from their property because of all these movements, and they don't have a home anymore, and because they prefer all the fundings to put for the immigrants. So all the people from Chiapas right now, they're wearing a t-shirt, a yellow t-shirt, not a yellow vest, a yellow t-shirt that says, "I am the wall, yo soy el muro," it says. And all of them are getting together to stop this caravan to come and invade our country, Mexico.
Wow.
And then to stop them to move forward and damage all our cities like they did on the first caravan. I don't think that you guys saw pictures and saw how they damage our cities and saw how they damage our country. I don't know how people are not awake and not aware of what is going to happen. Imagine 5,600 people did that. Imagine 35,000. You don't even know who in the hell they're coming. Activists, people that they have a criminal record, and all these people that they're looking for asylum. A lot of people that have re-entries and illegal re-entries and re-entries and re-entries. They're coming for the second chance, for asylum, seeking asylum. All these people are in our country now. There's 5,600 of them. I don't care speaking out. It's just the truth. That's who you are. That's who you came in. And that's the way you came in. You came in with rocks and sticks, hurting our police officers and hurting our federal agents, hurting people from Chiapas, hurting our businesses. And not only that, Lázaro, our tourism, that we are the most visited border in the world, the most visited border in the world. Imagine how much it affected our border. For those people that are, let's defend them. Imagine how much it affected. 78% affected on winnings, taxi drivers, taco shops, coffee shops, plastic surgeons, doctors, dentists, pharmacies, all the parking lots, restaurants, bars, all these stuff affected our economy big time. I'm saying not just a little bit, big time. Even I got on my feed. If you go on my feed, I have several videos talking to several people on the border, and they're mad. Mexicans like me, mad. This caravan just came to affect us economically. Imagine December spending your winnings 10% out of 100. Imagine that. So all this stuff that I'm telling you guys right now is going on the 15th of January. It's coming. We can't do nothing about it. The good thing is that our president just opened his eyes, and he's going to do it the documented way, peacefully and with a purpose. They're not going to come in the way that the way they did before. Peacefully, they need to come with a document. That's what it means. The document. The document means that they have to put, an ID, show their ID, who they are, and with their criminal record if they have one. If they don't, if they do, go back.
Okay.
That's around the whole story. I'm sorry if I extended myself, Lazaro.
No, that's okay. That's great. I'm glad the American people can see the passion with regard to you're saying and what your people, your community is being affected. I got a couple questions. Number one, two separate incidents. Did Antifa come after you or try to prevent you or attack you in any shape, or way, or form?
Yes. They knew who I was. This is the situation that has been happening to me a lot. They are affected and they're offended of me because I give it to them. I tell them the truth. You need to get up. You need to work. You need to work like me. Pay your taxes like me. And, you need to start doing something productive in your life. Not because you're an immigrant doesn't mean that you don't need to get up and start working. So every live feed that I do all this kind of stuff, and I send a message to them and tell them, get up, work, do something productive, because you're not going to be free in this country for me. I'm not going to be paying out of my taxes for your food and for everything that you need. So what happened? 2 days ago, I had a big argument with them. Big argument. What happened? I was right in the middle trying to do a live stream, and one of the Mexican citizens got pushed.
Go ahead.
One of the Mexican citizens that was doing a live stream with other two people that they were from San Diego, they were doing a live stream. They got it on video. I was not doing a live stream. I was tired. I was just finishing mine, and I was just standing there to protect them to see if they trying to do something funny. So the Mexican lady was doing a live stream, and he was recording one immigrant just going like this around, and the immigrant goes, "You don't have the right to record me." And she goes, "Yes, I have the right. I'm in public, and I have the right to record whatever I want." Yes, but you don't have the right to do whatever the hell you want. And I say, "I'm a Mexican. What are you? I'm from Honduras. I have the same right as you." You're wrong. You don't have the same right as me. So when she was having that argument, an Antifa pushed her on the back, and then I got in it. And I told everybody that it was in there. I'm Mexican. I have more rights than you. Whoever wants to record in this place, I have more rights than everybody over here. And they were all Antifa. And I told them, you got 150,000 veterans, homeless, and you guys are wiping somebody else's butt over here. So after that I said, it's like, I put a number on my back, and they are after me. They have several pages, and they have shown me comments that they know where I live, and they are going, and when they see me, they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. I have told them a lot, Lazaro. They think this makes me laugh. They think that things in here in Mexico, they are handled exactly like in the United States. And you and me know that over here, things are not handled like that. The federal government doesn't handle things like that. They handle the people. If people trying to get out of line, they handle them. And people trying to invade, they handle them. And if people trying to hurt somebody from their own people over here, our government handles them. So the last thing that I heard, that they got removed. And they're not there anymore. There are like 2 or 3 of them, activists inside the shelter. They're the only ones. But they are publicating on their page that they're going to send reinforcements. And probably they're threatening my life, or they're not. But, it doesn't stop me, Lazaro, from saying the truth, and I'm not going to stop from defending my city.
What's the ratio between men and women regarding in the caravan that's coming this way? More or less.
The
ratio.
Okay, the amount?
Correct.
Okay, there's more men.
More men.
Eventually, there's more men. If you see the caravan, you know, a lot of people are saying, no, I saw a caravan that it was full of women and children. Yes, you saw one. You saw one bus. But you were awake at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning? No, you won't. No, you weren't. You weren't awake. Until you have the situation in your city and you start opening your eyes like I did. If you go to the caravan and if you go in there, you can count out of 100, 20 women. Children, 5 or 6, probably 10. And all of them men.
My next question to you would be is the lawyers from the Democratic Party that are going down there and giving this legal advice. How many are there? And can you provide pictures of those lawyers, videos, anything regarding their description, their face, anything that so we can positively identify them here in the U.S.? Can you provide any of that information? So the
Yes, I have a live stream video that I can go over there and try to take a picture, you know, meanwhile I'm doing the live stream and cut it and send it to you. Yes, I have video, I have photos of them. And how many lawyers we're talking about? You know, they have several lawyers. This is the way they work. They work really funny. They tend to be really smart, but they're really funny. They work really funny. What they do, they immediately, you know, they go into the situation and they go in there and they send like 5 or 6 activists or 10 activists inside where the immigrants are. And those are the ones that they're instructing people not to move and tell them their rights. Outside, if something happens, you got lawyers. And how many of them? Probably, you know, the count was between 5 and 8. They got lawyers around. They surround you. You got 2 over here, 2 on your back, 2 on the left side, 2 on the front, and you know, 1 over there that is just walking. You got another guy that is recording the whole situation. This guy is only in charge of recording. He was recording me, taking pictures of me, taking pictures on other freelancers. You know, he's recording the whole situation. You got people that they're just standing all the way to the back. Something funny happens. Something, you know, it gets out of line. So they, from the back, they do their job. And you got the medical field that they have, like, you know, things that they need. If you need some medical health or something, a pill or some medical, you know, pharmaceutical thing, they're right there. And you got people that they bring food and they take it out. So they, you know, they're really organized when they come to help. They're really organized. But their attitude, man, wow. Their attitudes, they think they own the whole world. Really, they do. And that is real funny.
Well, I am hoping you can provide that information because I know a lot of us see it here in the U.S. want to get a hold of those pictures to identify those lawyers. The other thing is, so we covered you being attacked by Antifa. We all covered. Oh, is Antifa planning to go back?
This is what I heard. I have a really big contact over there when it comes to security, and I told him, you know what? What's going on over there? Because I want to go. And he said, yeah, they already moved. They moved. They're not here anymore. And the law enforcement, they moved them after the president came over here. So if there are more Antifa coming on their page, and what I've been hearing, they're trying to get reinforcements. And they were talking about 150 of them coming over here. They don't know, Lazaro, where they're getting themselves into. A lot of people are really mad. And they haven't taken, you know, the situation to another level. In my city, the things that get handled, they get handled and they get handled quickly. You know, I got a lot of infiltrated people in my page. A lot of people from Central America, and I got a lot of Antifa people. And I told them, you know, I'm not your typical average guy. I know people that know some people too. So these people are trying to get more, you know, trying to get more involved in the situation. it's just only like 1 or 2 guys. But Antifa, what I heard, they're gone. They're not there anymore.
Well, was that when Antifa was there? Were they trying to escalate any violence or promote any violence?
That's the way they work. Yes, they tried to do a couple of times with, they were acting peacefully at first, but one of them, he started to record a police officer and taking pictures of the police officer, and constantly. So I asked him, "What is your problem? What are you doing that?" She's just trying, and it was a she. She was just trying to do her job, and he was like, "You know what?" He went back, and immediately after that, all of these people started surrounding the whole scenario. So I know how they work now. I've been investigating. I've been reading a lot about them, and I know a lot about them now. This is the way they work. They're trying to provoke a situation so they can get, something that they can justify themselves that they've been hurt. So a lot of people over here, they're really smart. We're just not we're trying to avoid them. If we're going to a confrontation with them, I know what you're trying to do over there. You're trying to provoke me so I can hurt you, and I'm not going to do that. So go ahead and do you. So a lot of them, they were just trying to provoke. They, some of the time they were just, sitting down right there, and a lot of the times you were passing with the camera, they flipped the finger, and they did all this kind of stuff so they can provoke you. But never, they never hurt nobody. They just pushed this lady yesterday.
All right, brother. Well, there's a lot of information out there. I think that a lot of people need to sleep on it, and hopefully this information starts circulating. I think that more of the American people start waking up. Obviously, tomorrow is a big speech by President Donald J. Trump, in addition to the caravan. You said between 15 and 25 or 35,000 that are coming this way in late January, early February.
25 to 35,000.
Wow. So,
yes, we have a contact. We have a person that I don't know if I'm do you want me to say it?
It's up to you.
Okay. We have a person that it was from the caravan. This person was from the caravan. He was staying on that street, and he realized.
Go ahead.
Okay. And he realized that they were wrong. So he went back to Honduras, and this guy is trying to stop the caravan. And I have been, calling him and talking to him, and he says that an estimated from 30 to 35,000, probably 40. That's what the estimated number is. So it's between 25 and 35,000.
The next wave.
Number of people.
All right. I guess the other thing is, do the Mexican people need help? I mean, obviously, if it's going to come to the United States, how can the United States, the Americans here, able to help the actual Mexicans there and protecting their border? If you were to say the Mexicans need this, what would they need? Obviously, what would you suggest, or brainstorm something and we can do another live? But at the end of the day, if it's going to, like you said, you are the fork and we are the bait. In one way, shape, or form, Mexico will be impacted first, and America will finally swallow whatever happens after that.
Yes. The only thing that we have, that we need support of is not, is not something that we can do physically. And it's not something that we can do aggressively. It is not something that we are, united in a way that we are going to hurt somebody. The thing that we can do, and the American public needs to do, is to start reading the pact, the international pact. People, if you read the pact, and if you go to rallies, protest, and protest against the pact. That's the only thing that you can do regarding America. And America, regarding support the people that they're working on their borders. They're going to need a lot of support. Border patrols, United States Customs, and all those people, they're going to need a lot of support. I'm meaning a lot of it. Why? Because there's only, a few agents. Over here, what we can do, the only thing that we can do right now is just what we did yesterday. That we gave the document to our president in his hands, and we told him this document is from the citizens, that we are against this pact. And we don't want this immigration movement country, and he was pretty acceptable of what it was going to happen. So what happens in the Mexican territory is going to be us supporting us, trying to form barriers and trying to let our leaders know that we're not agreeing with this pact, and hopefully when the movement comes, they will close the border and let them in an orderly fashion. Over here in the United States is real different. When they come over here, our agents are going to have the capability of, giving them the obligation of where they're going to live, we're going to have to buy them food, clothe them, and all this stuff. But it's going to be different regarding the security of the borders, because it's going to be orderly now, Lazaro. It's not going to be like this time that they're going to rush the border. It's going to be orderly now. So the American public, what they need to do is read the pact, read the pact, read the pact.
Do me a favor. Obviously, because of Google, send me what you have, and after this live stream, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post what you guys have in Mexico, and we'll exchange information. What's in the U.S. and what is in Mexico. What you guys are getting and what we are getting, so we can exchange information and read what we can collaborate. The next question is, if the American people want to follow you, should they just follow you, or are there other alternative medias or other media outlets that are actually bringing out the truth regarding the caravan? And if so, who would those people be?
Okay, we got a lot of people over here. We have, el burro se cuenta al último, like we say in Spanish, so that means that I'm going to count myself all the way to the last person. So, first the ladies, you have Paloma for Trump. That is a Mexican lady. She is really smart. She has a lot of followers. For a lot of you people that like Paloma, she's really intelligent. She's a really smart lady, and she goes where it's supposed to be gone. You got Melinda Oporto. That's another lady that she's a freelancer, and she does, several comments. You got another lady from San Diego that is called Amy Button. That's another lady that she freelances a lot. You got a young man that is called Ben Aquaman, something like that. Frontline with Ben Aquaman, something like that. He's a good dude. He does a lot of live streams for the rallies over there in the United States. And you got this side, El Paso. You got conservative Anthony. That's another guy that I've been doing a lot of live stream videos together. And on my side, on the Mexican side, you got my show that is called Abusados with the motto in blue. How do I spell that? Abusados. Abusados. Like watch out. With blue. My nickname is Blue. And I have my personal page that is Oscar El Blue. Oscar El Blue is my public figure page. You can go there. Every day I do live streams in the morning. After I do my Spanish public, I do my English public, and late at night, sometimes I do live streams if it's something urgent and something happens.
Awesome. Dude, I'm humbled. I'm humbled to have you on. The audience is humbled to have you on. Obviously, there's a lot of information to swallow. I'm dumbfounded. Obviously, you're there and you're in the stomping ground. There's a lot of alternative medias out there, but there's so much information coming from so many angles. Sometimes it's probably just best to have you guys that are on the ground there in Mexico and actually reporting and bringing out the information, because as you stated earlier, Facebook is censoring you heavily and it's censoring me to bring you on heavily. And unfortunately, we have to bring other means and use any resources we can have for the American people to hear your voice as a Mexican citizen, warning American citizens over here, or the people of America here. So I think that regarding the militia, what would you tell the militia out there?
Militia.
The American militia.
Okay. Well, just, be aware of what is going to happen. I know that a lot of my fellow patriots, Mexicans, are in your country. A lot of them. We are really a different race. We are completely different from these people. I'm not racist, but I defend my countrymen, and I defend Soros, he's the Antichrist. It looks like that. He doesn't want no borders. He doesn't want no identities. He just wants one government for the whole planet. So watch out. For the militia over there, watch out. This is really happening. It's something serious is coming.
So what do you tell the American people about supporting the local militia?
Well, you can support as much as you can and whatever your heart feels. You know, it's like me supporting the movement over here in Mexico with people that they are against this pact. Whatever your heart feels, and if you think that that is right, go ahead and support it. If you don't think that that is right, go ahead and support the people that you think that you can support. You know, it comes out of your heart. If you think that that is the best way to protect your country, go ahead. You know, that's on your decision. It's your territory. It's your country. It's your laws. It's your constitution. It's your wall and it's your land. You can do whatever the hell he wants. Trump, if he wants to build a wall, it's his country. Build the damn wall then. You know, I can't do nothing about it because I'm in this other side. But if Mexico one day wants to build a wall, you can't say nothing about it because it's in our land. So it depends on what is in your heart. Whatever you want to do and whoever you want to support, it's on you.
All right. Fair enough. Man, well, there's a lot of information, and I mean, amazing information, and I'm just hoping that the American people will rally behind the militia. To be honest, I think that hopefully Americans will start waking up and start actually getting involved and start activating. Because what you're saying, here come January and February, we're talking about 25 to 40,000. I mean, that's a lot of people. And it has to go through Mexico. And if it goes through Mexico, then you know for damn sure it's coming into the United States. And the biggest problem, you guys are fighting two fronts. You guys are fighting the southern border, and you guys are fighting the northern border. And the American people need to understand that there's two borders. The people of Mexico are being affected and fighting hard. But once they come in here, now we have our own dilemma. So it's up to the American people how they want to pursue and how to act. So God bless everyone. And thank you, Oscar. Thank you so much. And please tell Anthony I say hello. And, you know, anything he needs, you know, to call me, to contact me. I know he's here in the United States. But I would do more than anything, you know, to get more people towards his page if I have to, you know, anybody. So because at the end of the day, this is huge. This is insane. It's an insanity. And George Soros needs to be hung for war against humanity and for treason. But, you know.
Yes. And one thing that I want to tell you guys that is just came in the news right now, you know, these organizations that they're coming, they're just using immigrants. So pretty much they're just using them as bait, and you know they're using them for a movement that they know that is not going to happen. So what do we need to do as both countries? This is the time for us. If we had, you know, things that we had between each other, between Mexico and America, this is the time as citizens, not as a party, not as a political party. Stop being Democrat and Republican. This is about the security of a nation, and it's about our security and your guys' security. So we need to come together and be just one and do things right and make them understand that it's our land and they have to respect our Constitution and our laws, and they need to go back and do things right.
Amen. To those out there, we got a special close of Antifa. Antifa obviously has been threatening everybody, including going after our buddy Leo Stratton. Rest in peace, Leo Stratton. And everybody, you know, the Proud Boys there in Oregon and in California. And now they're playing a role in Mexico. So we have to keep our eyes on Antifa and also the SPLC, the ACLU, the DNC that are directly and indirectly tied with these lawyers that are down in Mexico, basically falsifying, fabricating unconstitutional laws so these illegals can cross over. So And they're coming through the busload through Arizona and into Phoenix. So it's up to the American people how much they want to endure and how much one that they're accepting. So God bless everybody, and good night, and thank you. God bless our president.